How many areas in your life, how many moments in the day are you performing? Are you acting in a way that you think that you are meant to act in order to gain approval or a pat on the back or just to avoid getting into trouble? Because so many people are moving through their life in this way. And there's another way. And it's edgy. It takes courage. It does. And the more we practice, the easier it becomes. And this is what I'm experiencing in my own journey as much as guiding other people, is the more we can stay attuned to when we are dropping into this performative state or contracted state. It's the subtleties, it's these little moments that compound and that can go in the path of acceleration towards more and more freedom and understanding and connection, or the other way towards feeling disconnected and alone and unfulfilled and confused. It's the little moments that really matter. And, we talk about this a lot on this channel. The intention behind our actions, it really is everything. It really is. And so if I am mid-conversation with someone and I catch a discomfort within me, and it might just be that, it might just be like, oh, I feel like my body's got a bit more tense, or I'm feeling a bit stressed out here. There's just something that feels not quite right. Then I have a few choices in that moment. And depending on the context of the conversation, here's the choices that present themselves. You can ignore it and see how that goes. You can notice it and internally soften, name it within yourself, and work to alchemize it in a moment. And that's really powerful. Really, really powerful to do that. And there are lots of ways that can be done. And this is something that I teach to people. Hold space for people to remember is how I prefer to frame it. And then something that I've been leaning into more recently as an edge for me, right? And our spiritual work, our transformative work, it looks different for each and every one of us. And it's always the thing that's most uncomfortable, the thing that you fear a little bit, is the thing to lean into more. And so for me, I have been actually speaking in real time, in the appropriate context, of course. Just saying, do you know what? I'm feeling this right now. And working through my process, allowing it to be seen, allowing all of the parts of me, the emotional landscape of me, to be seen. Because one of my tendencies is to want to be the strong one and to be known as that. I think I've shared here before that victim, I don't want you to worry about me and I don't want you to feel sorry for me. And so maybe I'll share something and then straight away it's like, but I'm all right. And that's always true, right? It's always true. I really believe that. No matter what I am going through in life, and 2025 has been honestly one of the most challenging thus far in a lot of ways. And because of the work that I've done, because of the connection that I have to spirit, to the divine, to the light, because of the support that I have surrounded myself with, I'm all right. I'm always all right. And the edge for me recently has been, and quite emotional actually. And let me show you this part. Without feeling the fear, and it was a fear of being seen as somehow not powerful or inspiring some kind of pity or victim label that was abhorrent to me. And it's been amazing. It's been absolutely amazing. And it's for me, it's a reflection of how this journey isn't a case of this is your work and go and do this, and this is the thing for you to do from now until your last breath. Because I have gone through phases early on, my whole life, been very vulnerable, been very like, this is who I am and this is how I'm feeling and here's all of me. Pretty intense in that way. And then I learned more about constriction, and that was the edge for me, to not share so much until that kind of shifted into something that was more like an armor in truth. And these are the layers that we go through on our journey. This is why having this connection and dialogue primarily with ourselves and a noticing and awareness of what's unfolding within us and what is the edge, what's the fear, and lean into that. There's that quote, and I don't know who it's by, but the cave that we fear to enter, that you fear to enter, holds the treasures that you seek. What was in the way becomes the way. There are so many incredibly potent teachings that will, excuse me, I've got something lingering here. I'm gonna have some gas. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. So what are you avoiding? What feels edgy for you? What would require some energy to enact? And it doesn't need to be in the realm of communication. But take a little inventory in this moment and really think to yourself, what could I lean into just a little bit What have I been avoiding? What is sending me on the path of feeling alone, feeling disconnected, isolated, resentful, blaming, or carrying a ton of blame? And the way to free ourselves from that, there are fucking so many ways. It's amazing. There's so many ways to get free from that. And huge weights can be lifted in an instant, because it's always simply our thinking about something that creates our experience of it. So when we can get really tuned into and aware of our thoughts, or when we have someone hold a space for us to reflect lovingly what we're expressing without necessarily being aware of it, a ton can get lifted in a moment. And it's the daily little choices that create the true change and transformation. We can shift identity in a moment, in a session. And then it's up to the individual to continue to make those choices and to continue to be in dialogue, right? That's what I have for you this evening. As always, it's my joy to be here to share. I'd love to hear what you hear in this for you. And if anybody would like to explore having a conversation, a space held, then get in touch. Sending lots of love.